There's a version of Longines history that reads like a greatest hits of human ambition. Charles Lindbergh wore a Longines during the first solo transatlantic flight in 1927. Amelia Earhart was a brand ambassador before the word even existed. NASA used Longines timing instruments during the early space program. For a brand with that kind of resume, the Spirit Collection, launched back in 2020 as Longines' modern pilot's watch line, always felt like the right idea. The execution just needed a little bit of work. Perhaps the most controversial element, the 5-star chronometer logo above the 6 drew groans from enthusiasts who felt it read more like a product rating than actual heritage markers. And despite offering the Spirit Pilot in 37mm, 40mm, and 42mm, none of those sizes ever quite hit the sweet spot. The Bracelet also lacked on-the-fly micro-adjustment, a feature competitors had already normalized. Well, Longines heard all of it. For 2025, they answered with the Spirit Pilot 39mm. Clean dial, correct sizing, proper clasp. It's the watch the Spirit Collection was always building toward. So is this a perfect everyday watch from the brand? We spent the last few months wearing the newly released Longines Spirit 39mm to find out. So without further ado, let's get into it. The moment you strap the Spirit Pilot on, the first thing you register is balance. Not just that it sits flat, but that it feels genuinely settled on the wrist, like the watch knows exactly where it belongs. At 143 grams on Bracelet, it's got enough substance to feel serious without the fatigue of something like a heavier sport watch. The dial here is really well executed. It's matte black with full gilt, numerals, handset, minute track, and it is not subtle in any lighting condition. Some in the community have pushed back on the gilt, wanting a cleaner all-silver execution, and we do understand that impulse. But in person, it works. The warmth reads as vintage-inspired rather than dressy, and the matte black absorbs enough light that the gold never feels aggressive. The comparison to the Tudor Ranger here is inevitable. It's the dominant conversation in every comment section and forum thread about this watch. Having spent a lot of time with both, we say they're less similar than the internet suggests. We love the Ranger, but it's a pure tool watch that commits completely to that utilitarian identity. The Spirit Pilot is something slightly different. It's more refined in the details, more considered in its finishing. The better comparison might actually be the Rolex Explorer, which says a lot about what Longines is actually doing in the space. At 39mm wide, 47.2mm lug-to-lug, and 11.5mm thick, the Spirit Pilot hits numbers that read well on paper and were even better in practice. The reduction from the previous 40mm model shaved nearly 3mm off the lug-to-lug, which is a meaningful change for anyone who found the older Spirit just slightly too long on the wrist. On our wearer's 6.75-inch wrist seen here, it sits perfectly. The case finishing is definitely where Longines earns its money. Fine longitudinal brushing covers the case flanks and lug tops, but polished bevels run the full length of the case profile, a detail borrowed from the Omega playbook, unsurprisingly, given the shared swatch group DNA. The transition between brushed and polished surfaces is crisp, and on the side profile, that sweeping, polished edge catches light in a way that makes the 11.5mm thickness look almost impossibly slim. The fixed bezel is polished, with a subtle chamfer where it meets the crystal. Another detail you won't really notice in photos, but will catch every time the light hits it right in person. The screw-down crown at 3 o'clock measures 6.4mm, nicely knurled, and unscrews with a satisfying resistance before popping into winding position. There's also no ghost date position when pulling out, which is a small but appreciated touch on a time-only watch. The case back is solid, screw-down, and brushed, engraved with Spirit Pilot, reference number, 10-bar water resistance, magnetic resistance, and the stainless steel designation. No exhibition window, which keeps the tool watch integrity intact. A few in the community wished for a display back, but we think Longines made the right call here. Alright, on to the dial, and let's talk about those stars, or rather, the absence of them. On the Zulu GMT we reviewed last year, a watch that we loved and still love, we said we'd welcome a cleaner dial. Longines delivered. The space above the 6 o'clock now reads chronometer officially certified, in clean gilt text, and the symmetry of the dial is noticeably better for it. Below the 12, the Longines wordmark and applied winged hourglass logo sit cleanly without overcrowding. The matte black dial itself is exceptional. Indoors, it reads almost impossibly dark, but in a good way, and the dual-sided AR coating on the dome sapphire crystal is a significant reason why. There's virtually no ceiling reflection, no haze, no washout. Other watches start looking compromised once you've spent time looking through this crystal. All 12-hour positions feature applied gilt Arabic numerals, slightly three-dimensional with polished beveled edges that catch light at different angles. At the perimeter, a slightly raised minute track is separated from the hour markers by a chamfered step, and it's one of the most discussed details among owners, and rightfully so. It's a genuinely elegant piece of dial architecture. The pencil-style hands are gilt throughout, generously filled with Swiss Superluminova. The lume is green, bright, and evenly applied. The hands do glow slightly stronger than the numerals, but the difference is minor and nighttime legibility is excellent across the board. The diamond-tipped seconds hand adds one more polished detail without overcomplicating things. The only real camp this dial won't satisfy is a crowd that really wants a straightforward silver on black execution. But the guilt is the design here, and if that's not your aesthetic, there are other Spirit models for you. Underneath sits the Longines caliber L888.4, an ETA A31.L11 based movement that Longines has made exclusively their own. The spec sheet tells most of the story here. A monocrystalline silicon balance spring for magnetic resistance, a 3.5 Hz beat rate, 25,200 VPH, COC chronometer certification guaranteeing -4 + 6 seconds per day, and a 72-hour power reserve. In practice, most owners report running well within those tolerances, consistently in the 0 to +2 seconds per day range, which lines up with our own experience on the wrist. The silicon balance spring is a nice practical upgrade. In an era of induction cooktops, MRI machines, and increasingly magnetic environments, a movement that resists magnetation without a soft iron cage is a solid real-world benefit. The one honest critique here: the L888.4 is still an ETA-derived movement, not an in-house caliber. At just under $3,800, albeit slightly more expensive than the Spirit, Tudor offers their own manufacturer MT5400 in the Ranger 36mm, a legitimately impressive in-house movement with COSC certification. For movement purists, that matters. For everyone else, the L888.4 runs beautifully and the COSC certification backs that claim up with actual numbers. The 3-link stainless steel bracelet is one of the most improved elements on this new Spirit Pilot. Links are primarily brushed with polished inner edges, restrained contrast that lets the case finishing lead. It tapers from 20mm at the lugs to 16mm at the clasp, and the gradual taper in link thickness contributes to how naturally the watch moves on the wrist. The standout addition is the double security folding clasp with the on-the-fly micro adjustment, which felt like the missing piece on the Zulu GMT. The actuation is smooth and premium, not the ratcheting click of a cheaper clasp. The adjustment range won't match Tudor's T-Fit, but it is functional and well executed. One note worth flagging: on rounder or smaller wrists, the male end links can cause the bracelet to sit a bit wider than expected. Wrist shape matters here, so we definitely recommend an in-person try-on before committing, especially if you're right at the edge of the recommended size range. So, with all that being said, is the Longines Spirit Pilot 39mm worth it? This is probably the most complete watch Longines has released in years, and that's coming from someone who's already rated the Zulu GMT very highly. The 39mm size is the one the Spirit collection always needed. The dial is clean in a way that earlier models weren't. The bracelet has finally caught up to the competition, and the movement backs up the price tag with certified, demonstrated performance. The Tudor Ranger sits at roughly $700 more on bracelet and brings an in-house manufacturer caliber, and those are real advantages. But the Spirit Pilot counters with superior dial finishing, applied numerals, better AR coding, and a bracelet that's a real upgrade over its previous generations. At just $3,100, it doesn't just compete with the Ranger, it makes the decision genuinely difficult. For anyone in that $3,000 to $4,000 pilot watch conversation, the Spirit Pilot 39mm deserves to be the starting point. Longines spent 5 years refining this collection based on what enthusiasts actually asked for, and the result is a watch that's hard to argue with. As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Is the Spirit Pilot 39mm the Tudor Ranger alternative you've been waiting for, or does the in-house movement still tip the scales for you? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, please be sure to like and subscribe for more reviews, and we'll see you in the next video.